What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Andy Ruiz Jr. Andy Ruiz names Luis Ortiz and Dillian Whyte as potential opponents for the next fight. Andy Ruiz says Dillian Whyte and Luis Ortiz are two options for his next fight this year. The former IBF, WBA, WBO heavyweight champion Ruiz, 34-2-22, recently got back to his winning ways with a 12th round unanimous decision over Chris Arreola on May 1st after losing his 3 titles to Anthony Joshua. Okay, Ruiz has already asked Joshua promoter Eddie Hearn to set up a trilogy match between him and AJ, but it's not happening yet. Joshua's busy, of course, with Alexander Usyk. We know that. If Ruiz keeps winning, he could get his shot against the last man standing in 2022. It's going to be a tough fight for Ruiz to beat Whyte or Ortiz, as those are two talented heavyweights with the potential to give any fighter problems. Beating Whyte would put Ruiz in the catbird seat for a shot against the eventual winner of Wilder Fury. Ruiz lists Luis Ortiz and Whyte as options. He says there's a lot of different options. There's Luis Ortiz. He's been calling me out. And Andy said Mike Tyson on Mike Tyson's podcast, which I will counterpunch later. And there's Dillian Whyte from the UK, and there's a lot of good opponents out there. He says, I got to stay in shape and be ready. Me and him, Whyte, have been going back and forth talking shit. He has no respect. No respect. That'll be a good fight between me and him. Let me stop right there, okay? Because we pretty much know where this is going. This is like the hot box with mine, and I'll cover that later on another video. What I say to Andy Ruiz, I think both options are good. See, I think that Andy Ruiz should only mention, he should only mention 2 guys. Because at this point, Andy Ruiz needs to fight quality opponents. If it's not Luis Ortiz or Dillian Whyte, I don't give a shit. Unless it's like a wild card like Oscar Rivas, a fight that makes sense, some shit like that. But no. I think because also he's ducked both guys last year, he has to make an amends, right, to fight those guys. He has to make amends to fight those guys, because if he doesn't, people will always say you ducked 2 fighters back to back. Okay? So I think either one of those guys are fine. I'm not picky. I don't give a shit which one it is. Either it's Luis Ortiz, which makes better matching with networks because they're both fighting on PBC, or Dillian Whyte. But it doesn't matter to me which one he fights. Okay? But I will throw this in there. I think he didn't want to fight Luis Ortiz because Luis Ortiz is a dangerous guy. I don't care how people and how many people make jokes about him or whatever. I think he's still a tough customer. I think he'll give anybody problems, like this article says. And I think Ruiz ducked him for a reason last year. So I think if he was going to redeem himself in any way, he should take Luis Ortiz because that's the easier fight to make. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Andy Ruiz calling out or responding to the possibility of Luis Ortiz and Dillian Whyte being his next opponent. Tell me what you think. Please subscribe, or you guys been counterpunched. Peace.